There are people whose presence feels untouchable, whose talent shines so brightly it seems nothing could dim it. Whoopi Goldberg is one of them. She has made us laugh until our sides hurt, cry during movies we'll never forget, and question life in ways we never expected. Yet behind every smile, every award, and every triumph lies a story of profound pain and struggle. At 70, Whoopi has endured hardships that would overwhelm most. Today, we explore the journey behind the legend, the battles she's fought, the scars she carries, and the courage that has defined her life. Early life in Chelsea Elliott. Born Karen Elaine Johnson on November 13, 1955, in Manhattan's rundown Chelsea Elliott housing project, Whoopi grew up with little security. Her father left when she was very young, and her mother, Emma, worked tirelessly as a nurse and teacher to keep food on the table. Poverty defined her childhood. Not occasional hardship, but constant scarcity. Meals were sometimes stale bread and watered-down milk, clothes were worn and torn, and the stress of survival left deep emotional scars. Life offered few comforts, and the sense of being unwanted and overlooked would shadow her for years, shaping the resilience she would need later. School struggles and dyslexia. School, meant to be an escape, became another battlefield. Teachers called her slow, classmates laughed, and reading tests were a nightmare. She struggled without understanding why. Only years later did she learn she had dyslexia, a condition that made learning difficult. Until then, she believed she was simply dumb. At 16, feeling defeated, she dropped out of school. That decision haunted her for years, though it wasn't her fault. The pain of rejection and misunderstanding compounded the challenges of her impoverished childhood, fueling her determination to succeed and proving early on that she could survive circumstances most would crumble under. Teenage trauma and early motherhood. At just 14, Whoopi faced a traumatic event no child should endure: pregnancy. Alone and scared, she attempted dangerous home remedies that nearly cost her life. A year later, she experienced pregnancy again, but thanks to changes in New York law, she received safe medical care that saved her. These experiences left deep emotional wounds, but also inspired her lifelong advocacy for women's rights. Determined that no girl should ever feel as isolated as she did, Whoopi began channeling her pain into a fierce drive for justice, planting the seeds of a resilience that would define her adult life. Falling into addiction. As a teenager, Whoopi sought escape from her pain and drugs. She experimented with LSD and heroin, looking for a relief that never came. Addiction threatened to destroy her, and getting clean was neither quick nor easy. It required repeated attempts, failures, and restarts. Through sheer determination, she clawed her way back, learning that true healing comes not from escape, but from courage. The battles with addiction, fought during her formative years, forged a strength that would guide her through Hollywood's challenges and the personal tragedies she would face later, shaping a woman capable of extraordinary perseverance. Early work and survival. After leaving school, Whoopi moved west in search of opportunity, working countless jobs to survive. She waited tables, laid bricks with bleeding hands, worked in funeral homes applying makeup to the deceased, and taught acting classes. One of her students was a young Courtney Love. Life was about survival, one day at a time. Each job, each struggle, reinforced her resilience and taught her lessons she would carry into her career. She was learning how to navigate the world with determination, resourcefulness, and grit, preparing herself for the moment when her talent could finally shine on a larger stage. Confronting fear, the plane crash. In 1978, a terrifying moment changed Whoopi forever. While in San Diego, she witnessed two planes collide midair. The horror of that event left her unable to fly for 13 years. Each journey by plane, a source of panic and terror. She traveled across America by bus, her fear of the sky consuming her. Finally, a career opportunity forced her to confront that fear. The night before the flight, drenched in sweat and heart racing, she boarded anyway. Though terrified, she endured the journey. This act of courage, confronting a fear that had dominated her life for over a decade, became a metaphor for her approach to every challenge. Motherhood and young love. At 18, Whoopi married Alvin Martin, hoping for stability. That same year, she gave birth to her daughter, Alexandria, known as Alex. The marriage collapsed, leaving her a 23-year-old single mother navigating life alone. The challenges were immense. Sometimes there wasn't enough food, clothes wore out, bills piled high. Yet she persisted, determined her daughter would not feel the same neglect she experienced. She watched over Alex with quiet resolve, whispering promises in the dim light of their small apartment. Motherhood became both a responsibility and a source of strength, shaping Whoopi into a woman capable of facing life's harshest realities with tenacity. The irony of success and family struggles. In 1989, history repeated itself when Alex became pregnant at just 16. Whoopi, now tasting success in Hollywood, confronted the same fears she had lived through herself. Despite walking red carpets and winning accolades, she worked harder at home, shielding her daughter and grandchild from pain. This personal struggle amid public triumph highlighted the duality of her life, celebrated on stage, but carrying private burdens. Her experiences fueled her advocacy, her maternal instinct sharpening her resolve to protect loved ones and ensure that her family would not endure the same hardships that had once defined her youth. Breaking through. Acting career. Whoopi's career began modestly with a small 1982 role in Citizen. In 1983, her one-woman show showcased raw, honest storytelling, making audiences laugh and cry. Broadway took notice, and she performed 156 sold-out shows. Exhaustion was constant, yet her perseverance never wavered. In 1985, Steven Spielberg cast her in The Color Purple. Pouring her personal pain into her performance, she received an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. The girl once called stupid was now recognized among Hollywood's best. Each success was tempered with doubt, yet she proved again that resilience and talent could overcome even the deepest wounds of her past. Love and heartbreak. Whoopi's romantic life mirrored her professional challenges. She married 3 times, including brief marriages to David Clausen and Lyle Trachtenberg, and experienced high-profile relationships, such as with Ted Danson. None brought the peace she sought, and public scrutiny added pain. She later realized she married not for love, but for perceived obligation. These experiences taught her an invaluable lesson. Sometimes the bravest act is choosing yourself. Intimacy under a public microscope proved fragile, reinforcing her belief that personal strength and self-reliance were crucial for survival in both love and life. Loss and reflection. In 2010, Whoopi suffered a profound personal loss, the death of her mother, Emma, who had been her protector and guiding light. Emma's passing left a void, but it also underscored the sacrifices and strength that had shaped Whoopi's life. She reflected on her journey, from the poverty and trauma of childhood through addiction and heartbreak to global stardom. Each experience had left scars, but also lessons. Her courage, resilience, and determination to protect loved ones remained unwavering, proving that even the brightest stars endure storms and continue to shine despite the weight of their struggles. Conclusion. Courage beyond the spotlight. Whoopi Goldberg's life is a testament to resilience. Behind the laughter, the awards, and the fame lies a story of survival, courage, and determination. From a traumatic childhood to addiction, poverty, and heartbreak, she has endured more than most could imagine. Yet she transformed her pain into art, advocacy, and inspiration. Her legacy is not only her talent, but her strength in facing life's darkest moments with bravery. Whoopi shows us that true courage isn't the absence of fear or pain. It's the choice to rise again and again, no matter the obstacles.